I didn't mean it like
unexpected things. That's what I meant by surprise. Anyway,
I was getting surprised there. I was like,
and kind of what I meant was the rust factor. I guess that's what after being not playing for so long.
I misunderstood that.
Yeah.
Well, that's why you have all these practices.
Right.
I don't think anybody's rusty. I don't think anybody would be rusty, personally.
As for the actual game,
it's
been so long.
We've been real competitive. I mean, against the offense, against the defense, and the speed. So that the one thing that, to me, that even though that we don't run the same defense that Notre Dame runs, the speed factor, the ones against the ones, is to me very important. So sometimes we'll just go against each other and not even worry about the scheme.
Coach Mike James, I guess you said he was going to be coming in. Have you had a chance to speak with him?
Yeah, we've been in touch with him. All week, and Coach Panunzio's done a great job he's kind of been the guy that's taken it over to help me with that and monitor where he is. There's just so much going on here. So he's on his way, and we're all looking forward to embracing him and seeing him and getting him. I know his words were, "All I want to do is play," and he was nervous that since he hadn't been here, that maybe we wouldn't play him. And I said, you practiced it. You practiced all the way up until the final day. So.
Yeah, but what was Corey's kind of reaction? What did he say when you told him he was going to start?
I think Ja'Cory right now is really focused to me, and he wasn't. He's a straight line right now. He's not up and down, and he's just like excited, not too crazy, but I think he's looking forward to the opportunity. And to me, he's been really sharp. I mean that. I've been saying it all week. His read and his reaction stuff to me has been right on point. And that guy's the conductor of the band. If he makes good decisions, I think we've got a really good chance here.
Jeff, obviously Steven started to play towards the end of the season. Do you get the sense at all that Ja'Cory feels that urgency now? Like I've got to perform. Obviously, he's been the starter the last couple of years, but this is a big opportunity.
I think anytime there's competition, there's a little more sense of urgency. And really, for the first time, maybe in his first year, but this has really been the first time where a guy's been breathing down his back. And so, again, I think that's important to have at all positions. The depth of players that are quality players that can compete for positions. Storm Johnson's another guy. He's put himself in a position where you can't just look away from him. You say every time he touches the football in practice, he's making a play.
Will we see him a little bit?
Yeah. I hope so.
Okay.
Chantrell, has he gotten himself back totally?
Not totally, Susan. He has made progress. Conditioning is a factor for me, and we're in a different altitude as well. So Chantrell won't start the game. Will not start the game, but we'll put him in, and I think that's the only fair thing to do. I just assess it. I have to be fair to all the players, and the great thing about him, he'll be the first one to grab a hold of Jermaine Johnson and give him a headbutt and give him a hug and say, "Go get him. I'll be right there for you."
You think he'll be able to play, though, some?
Oh, he will. No, there's no question he's going to play.
Okay.
But he won't start the game off.
Have you been
Okay.
Go.
Do yourself or your team pay any kind of attention to the fact that Miami is favored by 3 points for this game?
No.
Not at all. Okay.
Playing against a very good football team and a very well-coached football team. And we're in a little different situation than they are. So I don't think that's the case. I think that they're just, I don't even know if the kids would know that, to be honest with you. I know I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
Have you kept in touch with Randy Shannon?
Yes.
Are you going to talk to him after the game?
Yes. I talk to him a lot, maybe every day, every other day. He's a good friend of mine.
What did he tell you about this game? Maybe advice he gave you, or just something to stick to?
He's not gonna do that. I would have to ask him.
Okay.
I would have to say, Coach, you know, what do I do here? And he has helped me along the way. I have asked him, but he's not the kind of guy that's going to call me every 5 minutes and start telling me what I should do or what I should, you know. That's not his style.
You guys think he's going to be watching the game? I take it.
Oh yeah, yeah. These players here are like his kids. I mean, he's close to them all. So I guarantee he's going to watch the game.
How's he doing personally?
Good.
Coach Golden talked to you at all about this game, or is he just kind of let you handle things the whole way through?
Coach is very supportive. You know, he shoots me a text or an email. I talk to him usually every day, but he'll send me a little. You know, he's very good about a couple words of encouragement or motivation and stuff. But he's pretty much kind of stayed away from let us finish the thing up. I respect him for that, and but I do talk to him about every day. Most of it's pertaining to recruiting.
Is he here, Jeff?
No, he's not here right now.
Is he coming? Cause
You asked me that yesterday.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know that. I did not ask that. I honestly don't know.
Coach, is there what impresses you about Notre Dame defense, particularly the defensive line?
Well, the front seven to me, especially the nose tackle, Ian Williams, was very, very good. That's where that defense really starts, is with the nose tackle. He's a really good player. And, just the whole front seven, and then you can't negate the back end of it either, because those guys will come up and slam you. They're very aggressive players. That's why we have to be able to establish the run and then take a shot over the top. Get them thinking a little bit, you know, because we do have some speed where we can get behind you.
How tough has it been for you to balance the bowl experience, so to say, for your kids and make sure that they get everything out of being here in El Paso and at the Sun Bowl with game preparations itself?
You're forgetting one part of that as well. Is I'm also dealing with recruiting back home in Miami. So between the three things, for me, it's been demanding, and you know, for the players, I think they've done a great job. I was just talking to the bowl committee. I think the first night we had most of the guys went out around town and checked out El Paso. I think the second night only like 15, 20 guys, and they were back early. So I think our players are pretty much focused on the game itself.
Were they given the green light to go out with their curfew and stuff like that, or I mean, how's that work, or is it all team functions when you're going out and seeing El Paso, so to say?
No, they have time. We give them time. As a matter of fact, I extended the time on the first night. Players came to me, and I started this thing when I was asked to do this. I said in my mind, I said, okay, I'm here to service the players. That's what I do as a coach. I really mean that. So here I am as a head coach. I said, well, I can't change my thought process. Now, don't take advantage of the situation. And I told them all that. As long as you do not take advantage of the situation, well, if you guys wanted an extra hour, we'll give you an extra hour. They were all back early. So, I mean, I appreciate. That's what I'm saying. I really appreciate these kids because they're good guys, and we gave them the time to have their fun, and they did it in a well-mannered way, and then they got back when they were supposed to, and you know, we as coaches appreciate it.
Did you see your streak?
Susan, I haven't had time to really do anything, but I just called the individual on the way over here, that Nick Baumbach, who built the development, and I said, Nick, all right, can you help me here this afternoon? He said, what do you want, Coach? Anything for you. I said, when we're done our walkthrough, is there any way that you can hurry me up with my father and my son and drive us over to the street? I want to see the street with my dad. And he said, no problem, I'll take you right there. It's about 20 minutes away, and then we'll get you right back to the hotel. So we're gonna do that after the walkthrough today, in between the walkthrough and the team dinner.
Jeff, have you got any thought of finishing your head coaching career 1-0?
That would be special. That would be super special. But most importantly, it'll be special for us as a group because it's really the last time all together. It's kind of a sad, kind of an emotional time for a lot of people. And like I said, it could have gone either way. I mean, the guys could have said, you know what, I'm going to do my own thing, on my own schedule. I could be late for curfew. I could not show up to practice on time or miss the meeting, but we had none of that. So it's a credit to the players that they stayed together. And I think Mike coming in today, I think he's even going to bring us a little closer together. Because he's a special kid, and if you know, some of you guys do know Mike, his work ethic and his seriousness about the game, his leadership qualities, he brings a lot to our team.
I know you probably answered it earlier, but we got here a little bit later on. Can you talk about again what Ja'Cory Harris brings to the mix?
Well, I think his decision making, which is the key ingredient for a quarterback right now, is at his best. I feel that way. Coach Whipple feels that way. We think he's a different player right now. But we'll find out. We're going to stay here in a couple hours.
Do you feel like weather, did that factor into your decision at all, the fact that it's going to be cold, it's going to be windy tomorrow?
Well, it's going to be that way for anybody that's throwing the football or anybody that's running the offense. So that really wasn't a huge factor at all. The fact of the matter was, and I really wanted to say something more yesterday when you guys asked, because you guys have been great to me, and I want to thank all of you for kind of bringing me through this thing. But I don't want to be premature about it, because I wanted to see how how far he would come back. But just right now, it's just in our minds that he's the best. He puts us in the best chance to win the game. Ja'Cory.
Jeff Ja'Cory, he always plays hard. He's always very committed. Do you get any sort of impression that that this game is especially meaningful to him, in regard with the way his season went this year? It's been up and down, the injury, all that.
You know, I hadn't thought about that, but there is a little bit of that in the way he's approached it. It's like a comeback. And it was funny yesterday walking onto the field. I usually jog on the field. I don't know what I was just thinking about things, you know, and that's the one thing. There's a bunch of stuff on my mind all the time now. So I was kind of walking on the field, and he went by me and he slapped me and he goes, "Hey, coach, are you ready for practice today?" I said, "I'm absolutely ready." He goes, "You don't look like you are." And he kept running. I started chuckling. I said, "This guy's got, he's got a little. His confidence to me right now is different. It's better."
Coach, are you going to stay with this group for the next season?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to be around these good people here and the next year, hopefully for many, many years. But my family loves South Florida. We have a lot of good friends, and the whole concept of maybe having to relocate and move, especially when you put together a group of guys like I coach, was kind of heartbreaking, you know. But so
that's a yes.
Yes.
Joe, has it been, you mentioned recruiting earlier. How tough has it been, I guess, for you guys? I know there weren't a whole lot of commitments, I guess, before the dead period started, and I guess you guys sort of been scrambling to try to put this class together.
Yeah, and you know, the good thing of the NCAA is the way they do things now. We had to do an appeal. Coach Golden had to do an appeal where that we would be able to get. This way we could finish up as a staff and coach the rest of the bowl game. Well, it's hard for a new head coach to not have his coaches in place. Well, when you do the appeal, when they granted the appeal, he was able to get his guys hired, and they just focused on the game planning of recruiting and strategically getting coaches in place, deploying coaches to different areas. So when the contact period starts, we're kind of up and running. And to be honest with you, the minute I land in Miami, it's going to go. Now my whole brain is going to flip, and it's going to be a mad scramble for 4 or 5 weeks, which I'll be excited about that too. You know, but it'll be once again very, very challenging to put a great class together here in a very short period of time. So I think the coaches all that are going to be involved understand that, and are looking forward to that.
One more question. Coach Kelly was just talking about the altitude played a role as far as their changing their strength and conditioning. Did you guys do anything to change your strength and conditioning this week? The altitude?
No, we just ran them. We ran them. We conditioned them, and that was an obvious factor. The first day was much more difficult than had been the last couple days of practice. The first day you could notice it. The second day, not that much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff.
Sorry.